We're with Robert Leyland, Principal Engineer here at Toys for Bob, and this amazing desk of creativity. And of course this year a lot of it focuses on the crystals where you create the Skylanders.
Right.
So how's that panned out?
Well, what we were trying to do was create to fire off the kids' imaginations. And to fire off their imaginations, we wanted to give them something that made them think about stuff and would go outside there, maybe a little bit outside their comfort zone, but at the same time give them something to play with. And we didn't want to actually lead them directly on a path. So for example, we tried things like this early on, which has this snake head. And the problem with that is when you're creating a character, you're going to want to make it look like this guy. So instead, we wanted to go for a more sciencey, laboratory specimen kind of thing. So we tried some test tube looking things. This is like DNA in a jar.
This has got liquid in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the look of that one.
It's got liquid in it and it will move around a little bit. There's a bit of a problem with that. Sometimes it'll break and leak or evaporate or something. So we went with crystals and we tried this one. This is one of our first prototype crystals. And the crystal has a light in it. The light core lights the character up from our portal of power. And we started with that, on that vein, going this way. We have more crystals. We start, when we're doing this thing, by prototyping. So we build prototypes, we build 3D prints. A lot of the time we start with an existing character. And in Imaginators' case, we started with Prison Break, and Prison Break's been used a couple of times for us before because he was a really good light core character. He glows really nicely when we put him on the light. If you can see that. Does that show up on the video? Yes, it does. Yeah, brilliant. So Prison Break is really a fun character because he's got lots of nice bits on him, and we used his arms back in the day for Trap Team. We made our traps out of him.
Yeah, I was going to say, because this looks like the end of a trap here.
Yeah, actually the ends of the traps match Prison Break. You could actually just about put Prison Break in a
Yeah.
I don't do that. So we made a crystal. We're using him. This is a 3D printed base, and then these little arms hold the crystal securely in place, and then the other one holds it on top, and then we surround it with a piece of glass so it won't explode, and you can use your little character inside.
And what strikes me about this is that this on its own, without any wires or anything plugged in, lights up.
Right, yeah.
Because it's all just induced.
It's all just induced, yeah. All of the power for these things comes right from the portal of power.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So it feels like real world magic.
Yeah.
Proper magic.
Exactly. And we wanted to get a nice effect out of this, which was to get a heartbeat. And the heartbeat signifies that the character inside is alive and ready to play with. Yeah.
And so there's lots of different looks to these, isn't there? The different sculpts of the crystal and
Yep.
of the top and the bottom.
Yep. We've got an almost egg-shaped one. We've got one that's more crystalline with spiky bits. This is actually one of the first ones we prototyped. And this one is a tech crystal with almost a soccer ball. It's a dodecahedron shape. Yeah. So all kinds.
And so in the game, do the different sculpts signify something, or is it just so you've got an interesting creation crystal?
It's really so you've got an interesting creation crystal, and so you can help identify the different ones. Obviously the color and stuff indicates the element that the character's from, but otherwise, yeah, they're basically the same. But if you had a whole row of them that were all the same, you wouldn't necessarily be able to remember which was which. And actually to that end, they've put a spot on it for a sticker. So this is the element sticker, and on the opposite side you can put a sticker there that marks what class you've put into the creation crystal.
Yeah. It's great to see how much sort of technology goes into this sort of stuff. Remember last time we talked, a couple of years ago, my son actually saw that video and he was quite inspired to get an interest in electronics.
Yes.
And so I was really keen on that as his dad.
Yeah.
Is that sort of part of what's exciting about your role?
Absolutely. If I can help, if what we've done, what Skylanders has done, brings somebody to looking at the world through an electronics or an engineering or even the magical side of it, that's fantastic. You know, we love to hear that that kids are getting something out of this.
Yeah, great. We'll be sure to include lots of shots of this amazing desk.
Oh yeah, all my wires and mad scientist
yeah,
lab. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
But thanks for the sort of the inside track on these creation crystals. Looking forward to trying them out at home. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.